Hello, everybody, and here is your long awaited Lake Mead update. First thing we are going to do is take a look at the water levels and then do a tour of Lake Mead, and then get a first hand look of what the lake's looking like these days, and then talk about a few recent events that have made the news. As of July 1st, 2024, the water level at Lake Mead is sitting at 1,062 feet MSL. If we take a look at the chart here, we can see that for the first couple of months of 2024, the water level was at a steady incline and even peaked at 1,076 feet MSL during mid March. But as we made our way into the warmer months, we can see where the water levels have dropped. According to Newsweek.com, the Bureau of Reclamation estimates that water levels will continue to decline throughout the summer period to 1,060 feet MSL by the end of September, and will not pick up again until December. Now, of course, this is just a prediction and does not factor in any surprises that Mother Nature may have for us this monsoon season, or any major water releases from Lake Powell. But as far as the foreseeable future goes, it doesn't sound like there is going to be any huge downpours in the Las Vegas area anytime soon. Another article from 8 News Now, posted April 15th, stated the following: The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation's 24-month study, a forecast updated once a month, shows Lake Mead is projected to drop about 15 feet by the end of July, then climb as high as 1,063 feet by February 2025, before dropping to 1,048 feet at the end of July 2025. This is only 8 feet away from when the lake hit its lowest point back in July of 2022 at 1,040 feet. At this point in time, it was the lowest the lake has been since 1937 when the reservoir was initially being filled, revealing all sorts of hidden items that have long been lurking beneath the surface. Everything from boats, bodies, swim toys, and trash could be seen all over the beach. And if the 2025 predictions do play out, we could be seeing a lot less lake around this time next year. Now let's make our way out to Boulder Beach and see what things out there are looking like these days. The last time I was out here was in early February of 2024, so I was pretty eager to see how much has changed. Ever since I started making these Lake Mead videos, I've been using some of the sunken boats as reference points to get a better visual of how much the water has either come up or gone down. And our next mission in this video is to try to find this boat, which is nestled in the ground somewhere near Pyramid Island. And in fact, back in February, the water was so high, I couldn't even pinpoint where it was. As much fun as it was to be back out at Lake Mead, it's still pretty sad to see the amount of trash that gets left behind. As I made my way closer to Pyramid Island, I couldn't help but notice that same boat still sticking out of the water. This is what it would have looked like back in July of 2022. This clip was taken back in February of 2024. And this one was taken on July 1st. We're definitely going to have to come back here next year and see what it looks like then. After another 5-minute hike in this 113-degree weather, which I would not recommend hiking in unless of course you have plenty. You know what? Just don't hike in this weather, because if you do, you're going to end up like Anakin Skywalker. Nonetheless, I finally found the boat that I was looking for. Next, I made my way over to Lake Mead Marina to see if there was any aftermath from the events that transpired back in June. In case you haven't heard or seen from the many other Lake Mead videos online, a fire broke out at one of the harbors, damaging 26 boats, 11 of which were completely destroyed, and 2 people were injured. When I first got wind of the news and saw the many clips of the harbor up in flames, I immediately thought to myself, what could have caused it? Was it just the result of careless boaters crashing into the harbor after a few too many drinks, or was it simply just arson? Well, the most recent article I found from 8newsnow.com stated the following. Bruce Nelson, vice president of operations for the Marina, told 8 News Now previously that he suspects no foul play in the fire's origin. However, toward the end of that same article, it also stated this. The National Park Service, spearheading the investigation, has yet to release its finding of how the fire began. The recreation area representative expects the announcement sooner rather than later. And once the investigation is completed and they've determined what exactly caused the fire, I will be sure to include that in my next Lake Mead video. Now, I wasn't in the area when the fires took place, but during my recent visit, I was able to find quite a few boats that were damaged in the fires, and I gotta say, it was pretty sad to see. I always say that everything tells a story, and these boats are no different. No matter how big or small, someone put in a lot of time, hard work, and money to be able to purchase something like this and take it out on the weekends. But on the morning of June 9th, a fire broke out, canceling all future plans. And sadly, these boats will never sail the waters of Lake Mead ever again. Now we're going to travel to a different part of the lake and check in on our friend, the speedboat. For those of you that may have forgotten or may not be familiar with the famous speedboat of Lake Mead, it became pretty famous in the summer of 2022 when many content creators, including myself, started to make videos out there. It's an image that definitely speaks volumes and quickly became an icon of the lake. One month, a picture showed a couple of people swimming around the boat when it was halfway underwater, and then 2 months later, the surrounding area was completely dry and it was sticking straight out of the ground. This has always been one of my favorite locations around Lake Mead to visit, but with triple digit temperatures on the rise and not a single cloud in the sky, we're gonna have to make this quick, or risk becoming another body found at Lake Mead. And I wasn't about to let that happen. I had a sectional being delivered the next day and a package from Amazon being delivered by the end of the day, and I do not trust my neighbors, so it was imperative that I don't die and make it home. As you can see, there has been some pretty significant changes since our last visit, and before I wrapped things up at Government Wash, I spotted another sunken boat off into the distance. Now I've said it once, and I'll say it again. You never know what you're going to find out here. Next stop on our Lake Mead journey, we're going to head on over to Boulder Harbor and see what things are looking like over there.